RPG Maker XP is the software that is used to create and edit these Pokemon games. Now, I am going to be teaching you the very basics of RPG Maker XP that is required for the God mode. There are better tutorials for learning RPG Maker XP, so I'm not going to be going into too deep, and this is just going to be the bare minimum information. So, first of all, this is going to be the screen that's presented to you when you open a game in RPG Maker XP. So there would be some other map here most probably, but I have opened the Nirvana map here. This particular list on as you can see here is the list of maps that are in the game. So I have currently selected the Nirvana map. You can select any other map and it will open up that map. Now in each map there are 4 things. So there are 3 layers, actually there are just 2 things. So there are 3 layers of assets or tile sets, and then there is 1 layer of events. So the first layer is basically the layer that contains the tiles that do not have transparency in it, and the second and third layer can have any tile. So it's not a rule to use the first layer for only solid tiles, but I think that's the intended purpose of this. And I'm not going to be teaching you how to create the Nirvana map. You can just copy and paste that, or just try to remake it using these tiles. You can just go and select the tile and just click to paste it here. Anyways, these are the first 3 layers which are used to add the tiles, which are the things that the player does not usually interact with. Then there are events, the things that the player will interact with. So any event is basically double click able, so you can just double click on an event and see what that event is doing. Oh, and an event is basically you can spot out an event by just checking these boxes. So these white boxes are there. The text, the graphic inside the event can be anything else. I have just added NPCs here. So when you double click an event, you can see what that event is doing here. So event commands basically contain what that event is going to do. In order to add a new command, you can just click on this @blank and double click it. Then you will see a couple of commands that you can use. Again, I'm not going to be teaching you every single one because it's not necessary for using a God mode. But if you want to learn this, there are pretty good tutorials out there for Pokemon essentials in RPG Maker XP. So other than that, we have conditions here. So these conditions basically check whether or not some particular condition is completed, and if it is completed, then this particular event will be shown to the player, otherwise it will be invisible. Now after that, the thing that you are going to be using the most is going to be the scripts editor. So here you can see the scripts editor, and once you click it, you can basically see the whole code of the game. So this is the main thing that we are going to be editing, because most of the God mode is basically just code. So as you can see here, I have made some changes in the debug also, but I'm not going to check that currently. And some of the shortcuts you need to know is, first of all, Control F, which is going to start the find, but this find is only going to check in the current file. If you want to check in every single script, then you need to press Control Shift F. With that, you can just search for something. For example, in future we are going to be adding the catch trainer Pokemon. So in order to do that, we are going to be searching snack ball. So when we search this snack ball, we can see the battle script has this particular line, which is the line that we are going to be using in order to allow the player to catch the enemy's Pokemon. So anyways, these I think are pretty much. Oh, and you also need to know the fact that this particular corner has the coordinates for the tile that you have currently selected, and this is going to be useful when you are going to use the scripts in God mode, because the scripts will ask you for coordinates, and these coordinates are basically the ones that we are going to be using, or more specifically it's I think 1423 or 1422. We are going to be using one of those. Anyways, you know where the coordinates are. Now this is the map number, which is 187 here. That is also going to be useful. And Also, in order to add or remove the number of variables, you can just open any tile here, whether it is an event or not. Oh, and you can double click on any box. Unless you add some commands, it is not going to be an event. So you can just open this, then click on variable, and then here you can click on this arrow. So this will give you a list of variables. I think there is a better way of doing this, but I just use it from here. So as you can see, there are 101 there are total of 104 variables in this file, but it used to be 100. So all I did was just change max and change it to 104. That's going to be useful later. Currently it's not useful for you. So anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to tell you in this particular video.